Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. It is Sunday. It is the fifth day of Dineen's 12 Days of Christmas. I'm so happy that you are here and joining me. Okay, I need you to go ahead and tag everybody coming into the room. We're going to chat it up. We're going to have a conversation today about what does it take to finish? What does it take to finish? Okay. Now, some of you all may already have an idea on what it is, like motivation, will, desire, want to, all those things. And I promise you, that ain't gonna help you. That ain't it. How many things that you said that you wanted to do, that you was gonna finish, that you was gonna take care of, that you haven't yet? Yeah, that's not the answer. But before we get into this conversation, let me introduce myself. My name is Dineen Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. It is the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, build a highly profitable business. How do you do that? By building your courage, your confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is God has called you to do. And God has called me to do this. What? Come to you with some delicious lessons all week long to get you ready, to help you complete 2025 and to go into 2026 with a strategy and a plan on how you're going to move forward. So definitely drop your name inside the chat. Talk to me. So today it's all about what does it take to finish? What does it take to finish? Hey, Sissy, so happy that you are here. All right. So listen, I want to tell you that it takes something amazing for you to be able to finish something. And it's not motivation. The thing about motivation is short-lived. It's requires the pump to be primed. Do y'all remember back in the day where if you ever went to the country and your parents, grandparents had well water and you had to prime the pump? Like, in order for it to flow water, you had to go get water. Now, ain't that crazy? You need water. But in order for the pump to start flowing with water, you got to have water to prime it, to pump it, to get it going. Right. So, could you imagine motivation being available for you to finish when you have done so many tasks, don't have the energy, exhausted, tired? Hey, Benita, glad to have you here. Can you imagine relying on motivation to try to get you to do something that you said that you was going to do to the end? So unfortunately, if you thought motivation was going to help you get to the end of whatever it is you committed to, I'm going to tell you now that's the wrong thing. So just put in the chat. It's not motivation. Just go ahead and put it in the chat. It's not motivation. All right. What about will? You may be thinking about, I got the will, I got the desire to do. Well, I remember I taught this lesson a couple of years ago that she said my daddy would have me the problem to pump to pull everything out. Exactly. It ain't no problem to pump. It ain't motivation. So let's talk about this will in this desire, right? I remember I taught a lesson a couple of years ago about the will versus the desire, because it's something that we use in a spiritual setting a lot. That, that if he gives me the will, if God gives me the will to do, and I always thought that the will was the plan. Don't ask me where I got it from, but I felt like it was synonymous with the plan. Well, number one, the will ain't the plan. So say the will is not the plan. If you ever thought that the will is not the plan, the will is not, it's not the plan. Now, plan and strategy is good, and it can also help you get to the end, but the will is not even the plan. The will is the desire. For it is God who gives you the desire to do of his good pleasure, right? To do what it is that he would have you to do. So the desire, have you all had desire to do something, accomplish something, to be something, become something? If you have, put yes in the chat. Put yes in the chat. I've had the desire, right? The will is the desire. It ain't the plan. The plan is another thing, but it ain't that. But have you ever had the will or the desire to do something? She said it has to be desire. Nope, it ain't desire. Desire, nope. Bonita, it ain't desire. The question is, have you ever had the will or desire to do something and still didn't complete it? You had the burn, the passion, whatever it is, that the fire, whatever. Has that ever happened? Have you completed everything that you had the desire to complete? Some people have the desire to get married, right? Have you you know everybody that want to get married? Do you have everybody in your life that has a desire to have the house? Desire ain't gonna cut it. Definitely. I was passionate and and it died out quickly. Exactly. Desire, burn, will, motivation, that ain't gonna help you get across the finish line. And I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna tell you. We only 5 minutes in. So what about the want to? She said, I got it. Okay. All right, Benita. I'm glad you got it, baby, because that ain't gonna help you. It ain't gonna help you long term. Like it may help give you that spark, that push initially, but in order to get you across the finish line after you have given so much of yourself to something, to someone, it's like being in a relationship, right? Being married. Every day you may not wake up feeling fuzzy and good to love the person, right? It's a choice. It's a decision that you make that, you know what? Regardless of how I may be feeling. Oh yeah, feelings. Let's talk about that. Oh, because some of us think the feelings gonna get us across the finish line. Now I'm telling you, I've cried a lot of tears. She said, yes, a choice. Yes, a choice. And sometimes I have decided and made choices on a lot of things and still haven't completed it. Feelings come and go. That's right, Benita. Feelings come and go. So feelings we know ain't it. Feelings ain't gonna get you even the want to. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. Your wants don't get you there either. And I'm teaching this Bible study on the main campus at Southside Church of Christ, and we were talking about the quote, or we're talking about the resurrection. Do you believe this? Right? Actually being a resurrected being after being baptized in Christ. Like you are already the resurrection. The resurrection has already come. You are walking in place of Jesus. You are walking, carrying out the desires that he has for you to carry out, right? You are a walking resurrection. You are a walking miracle already. You are already dead and alive. Do y'all get that? You already dead and alive? Because then when the water of grave baptism, you died, right? You enacted the death of yourself in order for you to take on this new life and to live it for Christ. We there? We are the resurrected. We are resurrected already. We are resurrected, and we will never die. Do you get that? It ain't no death for us. It ain't no death for us. No, this mortal body will transform, but it's no. That's right. I am resurrected. You are resurrected. Ain't nothing dead about you. Ain't nothing will ever be dead about you. Everything that you need in order to carry out everything that is assigned to you, you already have it. Put it in the chat. I already have it. I am the resurrected being. I'm already on that path of transformation, being renewed by my mind, which is first believing when I died in baptism to him, I got up as a new creature, and I don't act the way I used to act. And I don't do the things that I used to do. And the things you say don't affect me the way they used to affect me. Right? You already have it. But I tell you what, we don't get what we want. We get what we believe. How about that? How you feel about that? Right? Oprah Winfrey said, we don't get what we wish for. We get what we believe. Amen. Yeah. That's just not how it works. And what I'm saying is your want to, your motivation, your will, your desire, it ain't gonna get you across this finish line in 2025. And I don't know what it is that you have been hoping for, dreaming for, praying for. Prayers are good. Prayers are good, but the word applied is where it's at. Put that in the chat. Put it in the chat. The word applied is where it's at. No application, no results, no promise. Do you get that? No application, right? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right? Ask, you shall receive, right? Knock, and the door shall be open unto you. Right? Is it ask, is seek, and it's knock? Seek and you shall find. All those things are something for you to do in order to get what it is that you're looking for. Yes. Okay. We getting there, but we ain't there yet. So if it's not motivation, it's not will, it's not desire, it's show enough ain't want to. It I love the praying, but it ain't the prayers alone. Prayers are good, and I want you to pray, right? I want you to pray, starting with Father, help my unbelief, right? If it's a place where you want to pray, pray for the Father to help you with your unbelief, because 2025 is coming to a close. And the question is, what is it going to take for you to get across the finish line? And I don't mean get across the finish line not having accomplished what you wanted to. I'm saying getting across the finish line, having accomplished what you set out to accomplish. Because it takes something to finish. Put it in the chat. It takes something to finish. So put inside the chat, what is it that you believe it takes to finish in 2025? If I told you it's not motivation, it's not will, it's not desire, it's not want to, continue to pray, but it's not just your prayers. It's not a request. It takes something to finish. Absolutely, it takes something to finish. And I want to know if y'all know what it takes. She said, okay. She said consistency. I like that. I like it. Consistency is good. Benita, it takes consistency for sure. A made up mind, girl. The made up mind is a powerful thing. A made up mind is a powerful thing. Discipline keeps you when motivation fails. Absolutely, because motivation ain't gonna cut it. Now, hands down, motivation is short lived. Passion is too. Desires to. The want to too, because sometimes I don't want to. Belief, yeah, belief is good too. Belief is good too. But here's the thing about belief. Sometimes we say we believe things. And one of my coaches, or one of the coaches that I used to listen to, that's a part of Lisa Nichols' community. Her name is Susan. I can't think of her last name. She was the first person that I heard about the tongue in your mouth, not Alana with the tongue in your shoe. But Larry Pearson the other night added something amazing to that. He said, when the tongue in your mouth, you want to make sure that the tongue in your mouth aligns with the tongue in your shoe. And one of those tongues never lie. I wonder which one it is. Because the one in your mouth, I'm sure does spit out a couple of lies. Even if it wasn't intentional. Perseverance. You have to show up even when you don't want to. This is sounding good. Sounding good, Benita. We getting there. We getting there. We getting warm. We getting warm. Right? I talk about all I won't say all the time, but in my community, I talk about the shoe. That's right. It shows your walk. Absolutely. The shoe ain't lying. But that one that rudder in your mouth, sideways. Even when you don't intend to. But after we get finished tonight, I hope that you become a little more cautious with the rudder. Right? Because it makes a difference on how you finish, not just 2025, but everything. But the reason why we tend to not finish the things that we commit to is because we do not honor our word. Do y'all get that? You want to make sure that the tongue in your mouth is with the tongue in your shoes. Guess which one is moving? It's moving, telling the truth. Exactly. The one that your pat and your child and your feet, them foots, right? The reason why we do not make it to the finish line is because we don't honor our word. And what do I mean by that? I mean what I'm saying. We say things that we're going to do. We write down things because like we like journals, we like vision boards. Like I have a list of things up here. Put it inside put inside the chat. I did this exercise too. Put inside the chat what you lived into for 2025. What was your word or your phrase? For me, it was I'm not pulling anybody across the finish line in 2025. Hence crossing the finish line in 2025 because that was my thing. My stand was I am not pulling people across the line in 2025. Why? It is exhausting. It is exhausting. It's how I started off this week. If I wanted more than you, that's a problem. I can't want it more than you. Not as your coach, as your friend, as your sister, as your cousin, as your spiritual sister, as your leader, as your anybody. I cannot want it as your mother. I can't want it more than you. Now I'm gonna drop these nuggets and I'm gonna give them to you because I know that you are worthy to have them. This is my job. I am a resource. Put it in the chat because you may not know this. You are a resource. The reason why that you were born and you have calling, responsibility, and all this, you are a resource. Are you gonna make sure that you are used up before you go? Because at some point you gotta get that this life is not just about you. Like you are on assignment. Now, you could keep ignoring it, you cannot live into it, but the majority of us in this community, we pushing 50 if we ain't 50 already. And what I'm telling you is we are in fact running out of time to get the job done. So hopefully you are working on your job. Tell me what was your word in 2025? What did you live into in 2025? I lived into high performance. Now, I'm going to be straight with you. I was performing and it might have even been high, but it wasn't intentional. I'm gonna admit that. Something I was performing high. I was busy. I was a lot of busy. But I always wasn't performing in the thing that I also have on my board is what matters most to me. See, a lot of time we can find ourselves doing stuff that matters most to other people, but not matter most to us. We tend to say that we give ourselves and our lives for our children, our husband, our family, or whatever it is, our church, whatever excuse you're using, because that's all it is, right? To feel good about the not doing what it is that are supposed to be doing for us, the stuff that matters to us that we write down. But you got to get that at some point you will have to take a look in the mirror and count down or reflect on what it was that you gave your life to and your time to. And I'm telling you is you're running out of time. I said I would not let family interrupt my goals. How did it go this year? Benita, in all honesty, how did it go? We're doing a lot of stuff that matters to other people, but not to us. Absolutely. Remember that you are running out of time. Absolutely. You are running out of time. I have to choose me. Benita, that's delicious. I have to choose me. Not good. Absolutely. I get it. I get it. At what point throughout the year, Benita, did you see or realize that you were not doing good at what you said, right? Like I actually have this, like no one could erase this from my board. This has been on my board all year. Now I have worked some things around it. I did a couple of classes. Like I have up here skill, attitude, effort, progress, right? And that may be some steps to something, that I heard that I wanted to motivate myself by. But high performance was a thing. It was always before me. And I'm sitting here telling you, see, writing goals down only don't cut it. Having a desire don't cut it. And I told you that it's going to get us honoring our word. Just like, Benita, if you take this on again this year to honor yourself, right? To choose you. Now I don't know if you know how important just that statement is for me. Growing up, I was so challenged by being chosen. And it's still a thing. Like it's kind of like it's part of my what is my strong suits, right? So when I struggle, I'm not going to say I struggle with not being chosen. And because I struggle with not being chosen, I have built up so many barriers to not need people. right? To not be able to ask for help, to be the superwoman and doing all the things, to not make requests of others for their assistance and things that should be important to them as it is to me, right? I do that to not have to need them because people, I believe I'm never chosen. Does that sound familiar? And see, when you carry that as a part of your paradigm, one, Benita, you got to realize that it's there and it's at play. Like I get that it's at play. I know because I have done enough work in the transformational space that I get that I can fall into this not feeling chosen, right? And definitely too in the space that I'm in as a project manager, as a coach, an entrepreneur, a CEO, I can get to the point where I'm taking on all the things because maybe people don't move the way that I want them to move. Now, I'm not lowering my standards for nobody. Put that in the chat. We ain't lowering our standards for nobody. And let me say this. Let me say this. Um, I am a Christian woman and I am the standard. I own the shirt. I got the domain too. I believe that. Why? Because if there's anyone in this world that I want my daughters to imitate or emulate, that would be me because I am a Christian woman following Christ and the teachings of Christ. And that's what I want my daughters to take on. It should be the same for you. I'm a Christian woman and I'm the standard. I don't need to shy down, not be bold, not speak out, not for nobody. I need permission from nobody to be the standard. Do you get that? My word, because I said it is what's so. Put it in the chat. Because I said it is so. See, the reason words are so important, and I always teach this because I think it's so important that you get it. Words are creative. It's the way that we were created, right? In the beginning, he said, let us make man. Now, don't negate that. I know that he bent down and he blew air within us in our nostrils and gave us his spirit. We have a soul and all the things. But I want you to get, you were created in word, and everything that's here around you, just look around, is created in word. I'm going somewhere. Whatever you gave your word to, which was I am chosen. Did anybody else put anything inside the chat? What did you live into? Did somebody say anything besides Benita? Benita, I'm sorry. Now don't feel like I'm picking on you. I'm not picking on you. You just the only person that shared with me. So what did you live into this year? What was the word or the phrase that you lived into this year? Um, but we are word, and word is creative power. Everything that you see around you is created word first, right? Let us make a computer. Let me make a camera. Let me make a screen. Let me make these eyeglasses. And it's funny because that was the first assignment that God gave Adam, was to name everything. Y'all just don't, you got to get this. You got it. You got to get this. You got to get this. You got to get this. In 2026, I need you to commit to no flippant speaking. You got it? Every word, choose it wisely. Every word, don't let it leave your mouth unless you get it you're creating. I don't care if you have to sit and think about it first, because sometimes silence is golden. Sometimes just be quiet and collect yourself before you start running the rudder. Okay? But back to word. So let's just do some scripture stuff because I'm a Christian first. I'm a CEO that works for the master. Okay? So let's just do this right here, right? John 1 was, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The word is identified as divine and the means of creation, right? And then we know that when Jesus came, that he was the word made flesh. That's John 1:14, right? The word became flesh and lived among us, and we have seen his glory, Jesus Christ. So you are, in fact, word. Do you get that? We are made in his image. He is word made flesh. We are word made flesh. We were spoken into existence, right? Don't get me wrong. We go through the creation. All of it is word. That's how we started. That's how mankind started. Okay? So we are word. So when we give our word to becoming something, living into something, it is who we are. Put in the chat, I am word. So when you give your word to choose, be chosen, to choose yourself, or to be a high performer, or to not pull people across the finish line in 2025, it is not based on how you feel, desire, want to, motivation. It is because you said so. And because you said it, you honor it. How do you honor your word? Is to do what you said you was going to do when, by when you said you was going to do it. Does it mean that you're not going to fall off the wagon? You're going to fall off the wagon because it takes something to finish. See, you got to get, every time you make a declaration to do or to become, to be, everything rises up opposite of that at the same time you create the declaration. There's going to be every reason that you may have to say, I am able to do this. There'll be something to say why you will not be able to do it. Do you get that? So, learning how to remain true to your declaration in the face of no agreement. Like, even your family and your friends may not want to see you put yourself first. But you better show them. You better pop out and show them. And it don't take a whole lot of talking either, Benita. It just take moving different. And then you ain't got to be nasty about it. You just got to move different. You got to move like a person that choose them first. You got to be okay seeing whatever you see that don't work for you, but ain't your responsibility. You got to be okay leaving it. Oh, y'all don't care about that? No problem. And here's the thing. What I have discovered, a lot of the things that I do on behalf of my family, they don't even acknowledge it. Do you get that? And it's not that it doesn't make a difference. It may make a difference, but it may not be what matters to them. It's something that I made up. Like, I made doing this particular thing makes me a good mother. See, doing this particular thing makes me a good daughter. Doing this particular thing makes me a good wife. Who said? I say. But because you said it, don't make it so for nobody else but yourself. That's why you can declare whatever you like. And it's going to be true because you said so and you created it. All you got to do is live into it. So how do you get to honor your word? Do what you said you was going to do by when you said you was going to do it. And if not, I need you to restore the word, meaning when you let yourself down, you declare that I see that I did not honor choosing myself first. The next opportunity that I have to choose myself first, this is what I'm going to do. And put something in place to make sure, to hold you accountable that you'll do better next time. Because again, we're all human. But the only reason why you don't finish stuff because you don't hold yourself accountable to it. And it tends to make you not trust other people. Do you get when you lie to yourself, you don't trust other people? Why? Because you think they're going to be like you. Someone that don't honor their word. And what I'm telling you is in 2020, for the rest of 2025, whatever it is that you had declared, it ain't too late. You still got time. It's only the 14th. But moving forward in 2026, don't you commit yourself with your mouth to stuff that don't mean nothing to you, that don't matter, that don't align, that we've been talking about capacity, that you don't have the capacity for. Don't do it. Because the only person you deceiving is yourself. And we've been here too long to not have accomplished the things that we want to accomplish and to become the person that we want to become. If not now, when? And if not you, who? Who's going to make sure that you become everything that God had destined you to be? It's nobody else's responsibility. Don't blame your family, your children, or anybody else. And the thing about this, you think that it's okay to live a life of certainty. Number one, living a life of certainty is where God don't reside. He don't live there. Because if you got it all figured out, you don't need him. See, the life of uncertainty is worth living. No one wants to live in a rote, predictable life. And the thing about life is never predictable. No matter how many things you have put in place to not allow something to happen, haven't you found that you still wind up building more walls to keep something from not happening? You're not in control of nothing. So instead of you building all these building blocks to protect yourself from stuff that you can't even protect yourself from, how about just living an uncertain life? Because that's what God is. God is going to be in the place for you to develop and create some trust, that he's going to work it out even when you can't see it, that he's going to bring the person even when you don't know who. See, it's all about following what it is that he told you to do, and he's going to do the rest. He's going to meet you where your feet are going. But see, if you ain't walking, you get to no place. God don't drive no parked cars, right? You got to be moving. You got to be on that step. So look, the gift that I want to give today, it's a book that helped me. It is called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. I'm gonna so this right here first. This link right here is for you to join the wait list to be a part of the Inner Circle Collective. It is going to be a sacred place for us to have these conversations about not feeling chosen, about wanting to be brave enough to live in a life of uncertainty, to learn how to trust God more with the desires of our heart and the things that we want to accomplish. Figuring out how can I become this millionaire that I've been having a desire for? Because money ain't the root of all evil. The love of money is. You need money to carry out the will of God. How are you going to do it? You need resources. Do you remember? I'm gonna drop this here, and I'm gonna tell you what freed me up about money and spirituality. When I took another look at Joseph, and during the famine, when it was a famine, and you can go back and read the story, nobody got food for free. Do y'all remember anybody getting food for free when it was a famine? I mean, help me. Did anybody get food for free? Y'all remember the story? There was nobody getting food for free. God gave Joseph the dream. He told Pharaoh, we're going to have 7 years of plenty, 7 years of lack. Okay? After he had the dream, he told him, he stored up. He said they still had to pay. You got that right, Benita. They still had to pay. And it was either with money, if they had it. If not money, it was land and cattle. And if it was not land and cattle, it was sweat equity. You get that? They became employees. There was no handouts. There was no handouts. There was no handouts. So if you think that in your dry season, your famine, it don't require still something, it requires something. If it did then, it does now. Okay? So be free about wanting to acquire whatever amount of money that you want, but know what it is that you want to do with it. I think the thing that's missing, and it doesn't mean that you can't have fun and you can't go on trips and you can't see the world. That's fine. How are you going to serve though too? Right? I want a house, right? I want the Michael Manor, but I also know that I want to do retreats there so I can meet with women and have these powerful conversations that's going to help us live a better life. And what else, and what better place it would be than a bed and breakfast that I own, where I can wake up in the morning and me and my staff can cook homemade biscuits and grits and all these other things and have a southern breakfast waiting for the guests when they come before we start doing our self work. Right? You just got to know why you want the stuff and what you're going to do with it and how does it connect with your purpose in your life. Even the trips, even to want to be able to take my children around the world so they can see other cultures and be able to experience what it feels like to see other countries, to learn other languages, all the things. But anyway, okay. So now that you have signed up for the wait list, it opens January 1. So you definitely will have to register before then, but we'll start marketing to you, letting you know, starting the day after Christmas. Okay. It will be in your email box. Save space for us because we're opening the doors on January 1. Now, if you would like to win the book, it's up there now. I'm going to also drop this inside of the chat. 5-second rule. It changed my life. And I'm not going to tell you nothing else about it besides it changed my life. And trust me, it's a good read. It's a good tool. And if you don't win the book, get it in audio. The 5-second rule. It's going to help you. It's going to help you get out of the feeling like it, want to, motivated, design. Nope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Also, I'm going to put the waitlist link inside of the chat as well. So it takes something to finish. And what it takes to finish is honoring your word. It ain't no trick. It ain't no, you just got to honor it. You got to do it when you don't feel like it. You got to make the connections, make the phone call, takes the actions, take the step. God ain't driving no parked cars. You got to get in the game. And you got to do what you said you was going to do by when you said you was going to do it. Now, by the end of 2025, if you made a commitment to do something, I need you to get back on it and honor your word and see it through. Even if that means you have to change the due date, change the due date. But don't leave it on the ground and don't leave it dead on the vine. Because you know what happened to dead things on the vine? They get cut off. You know what happened to dead branches? They become fuel for fire. You want to be fuel for fire? And I ain't talking about the gasoline. I'm talking about the wood. You don't want to be the wood. So don't be the wood. But look, it has been an amazing time with you this evening. It is the 5th day of Christmas. Our winner from yesterday is LaShawn Michael. LaShawn, thank you so much for registering. You win Christy's template for ChatGPT. Honey, I'm just saying. I think that's a good win. Especially for the things that we're doing. So congratulations to you. For those of you who are interested again in getting your hands on the 5-second rule, fill it out. I might have to reach out to you to get your address because I don't think I'm asking for the address on the registration, but whoever wins, no problem. I'll reach out to you. I'll get your address and I'll have your book come to your house. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Christy. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. It has been amazing. Tomorrow, we're going to have a great conversation. My sissy, my blood sissy, will be here on tomorrow. Remember, write this down. It starts tomorrow at 7:30. Why? Because I got a live at 7 o'clock for the Monday message recall already. So you can still join me on my personal page if you want to see that at 7 o'clock. Me and my husband will be there. We run an online ministry called Southside Everywhere. If you want to search that, you can search it. Come join the community. My commitment this year is to be more visible inside the group, have more conversations. Wonderful message applying. Yeah. Thank you so much, Benita. Thank you so much for being here and being consistent, right? You've been to everyone. I'm not sure if you made the first one, but you was here. You was here every other day after that. So I'm just so appreciative of your consistency. right? And your presence inside of here, as well as LaShawn, Gwendolyn, and anyone else who may be joining that I don't know that's out there. But thank you all for being here. Share this video. Allow someone to be blessed by what you heard. Don't hold it to yourself. A community that grows together, stay together, right? If you want to stay around the people that you love so much, that you like kicking it with, you gotta stay with it. We'll be on the Monday recap. Okay, perfect, Benita. Um, you want to make sure that the community that you're with, the friends that you're with, you grow with them, because what tend to tear people apart is not growing together. You outgrow people. And then you wonder what happened. It was because when you was growing, you didn't invite them. You didn't talk to them. Y'all didn't share the conversation. Don't be like that. Don't be selfish. Don't do that in 2026. Grow with your friends. 5, 5, and 5. I talked to y'all about that inside of the community, the 5, 5, and 5. Just write it down. Remind me when first day or maybe the next day when we get into the Inner Circle Collective, that you all actually remind me to do the 5, 5, and 5. And that'll be one of the first things that I teach inside of the community. Okay. All right. I love y'all. Look forward to seeing you. Sissy, I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. We're going to give it to them. We're going to talk to them about getting this generational wealth and legacy and all these other things that's important, not just for 2025, but for 2026 and beyond. Love you. Look forward to seeing you. Good luck to that for that book, 5-second rule. Go read a snippet of it. It's amazing. But somebody's going to have it. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.